Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Doggie Diamonds with another outrageous opinion. See, I don't have a problem with people being podcasters. Anybody could be a podcaster. Podcast in its purest form is audio. It's on a podcast streaming platform. It became now a YouTube thing because YouTube made a category called podcast. But prior to that, it was done on podcast streaming apps. Many people were doing YouTube shows and calling it podcasts, actually messing up the game because they didn't know any better. So now you have everybody and their mama doing a podcast, which I don't mind because many people have different ideas. Many people have different, information to bring forth to the people. You have podcasts with many, many different genres that people are, don't know about. Is very untapped and not heard because people don't explore what podcasting really is. And when they decide to make their podcast, they always think of some urban theme or some theme that everybody else is doing. One of the people and some of the main people that's doing that now are rappers. Every rapper and their mama think they can make a podcast and be successful. With the success of Joe Budden, Nori, and Gilly doing their successful podcast, many people think that they're going to do the same thing. It's almost like when people was doing crunk music, everybody jumped on the crunk wave. When people were doing certain types of music, everybody jumped on the wave, even if it wasn't what their thing. They were just doing it because it was working. Now you have all these rappers that are podcasters, and I'm not really hearing any music. And I'm going to be honest with some of these rappers. We rather hear you rap than we hear you talk. A lot of the stories are capped. A lot of the stories are rehashed, and it's not really any new information that's coming to our ears, or you're not bringing anything culturally that we can learn from. I love old stories, but old stories are mostly better when they're curated, when somebody's asking a question and know how to bring the story out of you. Now, if you're just sitting there telling a story, most of the times it's just that. You have many rappers who have podcasts, and everything that's come out their mouth since you've seen them has been complete cap. You have one rapper who, well, I don't know what he is, but you have one individual who takes to their Instagram and just tells a lot of stories and writes a lot of stories, and most of it is cap, complete cap. They like to attach themselves to times, scenes, people, and it's all cap. There's nobody that can verify what this individual or individuals are talking about. And that's what the culture has become. You don't hear any music. You don't hear of them helping anybody, putting anybody in position to make money. It's like they're looking for a new money grab. So they leave rap, don't enable anybody else, have people under them, don't help them with their career, don't mentor anybody in the culture, and they just leave rap where it's at, and then they move on to the next thing that they could vulture off of. I'm just saying, I don't think we need 1,000,001 rapper podcast. I think we need more artists that have been in the business, more artists that's in the business, given the education of what goes on in the business. I'm not talking about behind the scenes stuff, who fought who at one point, who had beef with who. Can we know the business? Can we know about signing contracts? Could you break down the contracts? Oops, I forgot y'all might not know that because y'all not educated. Only thing y'all educated on is all the oppressive nigga trauma shit that take place. And then you're not doing nothing but selling trauma. If you're successful and you got money and you make money in the business, why don't you take the education that you learn and you obtain and the money that you obtain and find a way to speak to the youth? See, y'all like to say the youth don't listen, but what are they listening to? Another podcast from you? Come on, man. Cut it out. This is Doggie Diamonds. This has been my outrageous opinion. Love it or hate it, leave a comment below. Peace.